Low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine & More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village. Make plans to stop by Corn Coast Brewing this Saturday, April 12th for their Ales Helping Tales event, partnered with Parkview Animal Hospital. This semi-annual fundraiser collects donations and sells raffle tickets to raise money for Vets Get Pets, a program in the Nebraska Department of Veteran Affairs that helps with adoption fees for veterans. A special beer will be brewed, and the first 100 customers who buy the beer will receive a special edition Stadium Cup. That's all this Saturday at Corn Coast Brewing at 14th and Yankee Hill. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best they can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett. Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
I tried to hide my cigarette smoking. Then I was rushed into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy. Yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom. Lunchtime in Lincoln, and I'm in your face. In your face. 402-464-5685. The Starter Heyman text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing? You're listening to The Cult of Personality by Living Color. One of the underrated great songs in American history. Bravo. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. If you have not downloaded the Ticket app, find it in your store, on your phone, load it. It travels anywhere, anytime. You get what we're putting out there. If you're smelling what we're cooking, you can just download the app and it goes everywhere. Few things. Again, we thank some of our friends, the folks from Canterbury Street Market. Dan Swanson, appreciate you, bro. Taking care of our wrestlers and our talent. Always appreciating that. Sweet Things by Marcy. Great delivery. Great sandwiches today on croissants. See, that tells me you care. If you can make 50 sandwiches using croissant bread and have it be like just on point, bravo, Marcy. So Sweet Things by Marcy, you can find her on social media. And again, they're right around the corner down here in downtown Lincoln. So you can stop by. She didn't do soup today, but she always is baking. She's always looking out for folks. So, take care of our people who take care of our people. Yeah, I mean, Keith, I get it. Like he says, I'll never be able to not associate that song with CM Punk. Fine. I happen to be a member of the I saw Living Color in DC back in the early point of their career before they had really blown up. And it really is one of the best albums ever created. That song, of course, led the way, but that album is just insane. So if you haven't jumped on YouTube and checked it out, Living Color, not the TV show, the band, do that. I have some news for y'all, and I need your input as well. So this will be a conversation. I will pass along some information, and then I will ask for your input on what I'm about to talk about. When I got to Lincoln, several different points in this thing, and Bach can validate most of this himself through conversations of what I thought sports radio was about and should be about and could be about. And I said that I thought that there were some opportunities here in Lincoln to cover sports in a different kind of way than it was currently being done circa 2018, 2019. I just thought that for people who love sports, and then for people who love Husker sports, and then people who love Lincoln sports, you deserve better. We deserve better. And some people like, well, the nerve of this guy to say that, the way we're doing it is wrong. I didn't say it was wrong. I just said I wanted to do it different. And I thought that different conversations and a different type of sports radio, where it wasn't take radio, it was conversational radio. And it could be passionate, but it should also be about what we know and what we want to know, right? What we know and what we want to know. And the question about what Lincoln and what Nebraska sports fans want their sports talk to sound like, look like, and be about, I'm open to that conversation. I don't have all the answers, but I do work really hard at getting to the right question. Like, it's not my job to have every answer. It really should be my mission to get to the right question. And too many folks with a microphone think they have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. I will try to get to the right question. And here's what I thought. That I was told that 6 hours a day of local sports talk was enough. I didn't agree. I was told that, there's certain folks who would be listened to. And I was like, well, that doesn't really necessarily make sense, because if you all love the same things, it should be easy to get together and have those conversations. And then I thought there may be a way to extend this thing. And then, the only ticket I knew was down on 48th. But I saw the ticket differently than it currently existed. And I had these conversations, whether it was with Connor Happer, Mark Onweiler, Tom Stevens, Jake Bachhoven. We had these discussions over what what could it look like? Like, what could it actually be? And 5 years ago, in having these conversations, there were more barriers put in place and more people going, nah, that's never going to happen. And here we are, down at the corner of 11th and O, in a wonderful location and a wonderful facility. It's a fun place to come to work, right? We get to see people all day. We get to look out the window here. We get to see Lincoln active. Like, we get to see Lincoln in a way that not everybody does. Like, we see the traffic, we see how busy things are, we see the weather, we see how people are dressed, we see moods, right? We see all of these things, and then we get to tell the story. We get to, we literally have a camera that goes to the street so that there are times when, especially game days, pre-games, that sort of thing, where we can put that camera on, make it active on the stream, and let people know what's going on down here. And I think we've done a pretty good job of honoring what that could be. Then there are the things forward that, have we done enough? Are we good enough? I don't think anybody here thinks we're good enough. I think everybody here aspires and strives to get better every day at what we do and to present sports and ourselves in the best way possible. And so I thought that when we built this location, that I wanted the ability to cover more sports. And we wanted to cover more sports better. So here's a question for you all, if you're listening, and get your texting fingers ready, because we have the opportunity to cover more better. So what if I said that May 1st, or in that proximity, that another station, another service will be provided? That we are currently efforting to get our podcast studio upgraded and available for use. And to take that studio and whatever content that comes out of it and get it to you all, and it'll remain free. Like, we don't charge subscriptions. Like, if it's a conversation that we're having, we want you to have it. We want you to have it for free. Not everybody does that. Not everybody does that. Plus, we are FCC regulated, and we're bonded, and we're boundary to be effective and true. So it can't just be a rant and rave podcast. But what if I asked you if we could bring additional coverage or different conversations or different sports to the airwaves, and we did them under one umbrella? What would we call that? And we landed on this: Ticket 2. Ticket 2. May 1st, 2025. Podcast studio with every access and resource that Ticket 1 has. The ability to stream that on the app. And again, I keep asking you to download the app because there's more content coming, right? That we will be able to stream two things at the same time, and you can choose. Right? So imagine Royals and our local programming, but also imagine that now we will be able to create more content and get more content for you. So the question from me to you is this: should this be Little League, Lincoln Little League, Lincoln sports, more Lincoln high school sports? Should this be more Lincoln Salt Dogs, Stars? There's a women's professional football team. There's also there's some basketball minor league stuff happening. And that you'll have the ability to get this content and stream it. We will also, just imagine that there will be the terrestrial brick and mortar ticket. But also imagine Ticket 2, which provides a broadcast house. Air quotes. Because I'm mean like that sometimes. Where local podcasts have the opportunity to be broadcast and shared in full with all the bells and whistles that come with all the boundaries that are required by the FCC. And so my thought was, is it, Little League? Is that the way? Or is it we use that to help us so that we can carry more NFL, more NBA, more Major League Baseball, and still carry the local terrestrial Lincoln conversations? Or we could take Ticket 2 and turn it into a conversation pool, panel series. It could be that we use it for the nonprofits in the area who want to share what they do and share some of the stories, and we give them a formal kind of lineup to be able to do it, right? That I think to start 12 hours a day. But the podcast studio will be available. You can rent it out, and you could set time, precedent, preference. We can do all that. It will have an amazing backdrop. I can tell you that the backdrop to the wall is going to be pretty spectacular. And this will be a sit down studio. Right? So, few things in place. It is a thing. To the text line, are you still working on getting more live college and professional sports broadcasts as well? Yes. Yes, we are. Because that allows us to do that, and that we could stream them. We could actually, and the ability we will actually be able to broadcast live on the terrestrial Ticket 1 from Ticket 2. And just like we do with the Royals, it would allow us another whole thing that we do for those sports entities that allow us to stream only. We could do that. The Westwood ones and that sort of thing. We can do that. They don't particularly care that we just have it on the terrestrial. They want their content out there. Drew and Lincoln says it should be focused on local sports. And again, I'm open. This is why we're having the conversation, because there are several oars in the water about what we could do with it. He says should be focused on local sports. Nebraska high school athletes and coaches also love the MLB and NFL games. Again, I'm open to the conversation. Now is your time, because as I move forward after this hour, DP's moving. Like if you don't know anything about me, know this. It won't take long for me to get active in what we want to do. So it is a full thing, right? The text line will work in there. We'll be able to stream. Imagine that local businesses that have smaller budgets than the big budget folks who want to advertise and partner with some of these shows will be able to do so on Ticket 2. Imagine community-based radio and content, right? Pretty simple in theory, but now here's another thing, right? It has some opportunity. Husker P says this, as a Husker fan who lives away from Lincoln, it's difficult to get good Husker coverage. Greatly appreciative of the ticket. Much props. Wouldn't the second ticket sound better? Just an opinion. Marketing folks have been around. Ticket 2 is where they landed. Ticket 2. Aaron G says local billiards, disc golf, fishing. Here's the thing, the coverage of it, as long as there is a market for it and some niche programming, this certainly is where this would fit. There are a lot of folks who want to do podcasts. You know what? They don't have thousands of dollars a month, but they do have a budget. Okay. We'll be able to rent it out. Remember, we still have to pay for a producer to be in there. We have to pay for the production and the editing of the content. We have to have a radio police in there too. There has to be somebody in there that says, nope, can't say that. Can't do it. You cannot. Now, there are a ton of podcasts, right, that want exposure. It's also going to be a breeding ground for content, because if you're on Ticket 2 and your content is good and you build up a following, there's the option for that to move to Ticket 1. Like, there are tons of people who are like, well, man, I would love to do a podcast. And you know what? Ticket 2 may be your window. And the rules still apply. 1, it still has to be sellable. 2, there has to be market for. 3, you have to follow the same rules as Ticket 1 when it comes to talking about what you know and what you believe you know, rather than giving hot takes and nonsense. It is not for hot take radio. That's not what it is. It's not a blue language podcast studio. Nope, that's not what we're doing. That is not what I'm doing. I'm telling you that in advance. I'll say it. But it is an opportunity for conversations about what you do professionally, whatever you aspire to. It could be coaches, it could be teachers and educators. There's opportunity. And for the nonprofits, it's an opportunity to really just kind of talk about what you're doing, right? Well, so Texter says, whatever you do, it needs to be Ticket 2, T-O, right? As your ticket to Lincoln Sports, your ticket to Lincoln High School Sports, rather than the Ticket 2. But no, literally, you just made my point. It is the Ticket to whatever the next great thing is.
Think of it like ESPN too. I don't know.
What?
A lot of people haven't.
But that, I don't know why that's difficult.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like that. Literally. Like, you know, like we're headed towards the Ocho.
That's right.
Right. But yes. And Texas says, if we can get more live sports and less about business or pro marketing. Well, here's the thing. The weeding process will take care of itself. If folks, if you, the listeners, if en masse you say we want more live sports, then you have to tell me what live sports. What live sports you talking about? Nebraska live sports, Lincoln live sports. What are you talking about? Or NFL, NBA, right? Because the moment you run a bunch of NHL games and a bunch of people go, well, why? Why? Well, why would I care? Right? Because you can go get that. But if you tell me that it's local sports, then tell me that, right? So that we know how we process this thing. And then here, Texter says this, Ticket 2 should be national focused, more NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, golf, etc. Again, this is why we're having the conversation, because it's a chance. I want Ticket to be your voice. I want it to be I want the listeners to be able to have voice. And again, in a perfect world, the idea would be that we create like the Ticket 2 fan club and create a panel of listeners who have these conversations on a weekly basis, right? Nobody's coming in going to do a show every day, but I think it would make sense that, you know, once a week, some of these things would fall in place. And in your idea, in your suggestion, the suggestion shouldn't be what you don't want it to be. It should be what you want it to be. Ticket 2 is added value. It's plus. It could be Ticket Plus. Think of it that way. Ticket Plus, all right? But it'll be called Ticket 2 because the marketing people have already agreed that they've done their panel and research, and that is the best thing. And they hate to tell you, we've already got the logo. So already done. We'll take a break here. When we come back, there's another facet to this. There's another tentacle to this. And I will go through that idea with you as well here, one-on-one, 93.7 Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln Families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R. Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best they can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Pre-order your Hog Wild slow smoked Easter ham today. Hog Wild selects the highest quality whole ham and slow smokes them until they're tender and delicious. Our 100% boneless ham is approximately 4 pounds and $50. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com. Quantities are limited. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be breezy. Afternoon high around 74. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy skies, low near 44. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be breezy with a high near 69. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is excited for the upcoming spring season and the warmer temps, and they want you to get outside and be active. Fleet Feet's Fit ID process takes a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Get back on your feet this spring with a trip to Fleet Feet, open 7 days a week at 77th and Pioneers.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is One-on-One on The Ticket. Hump Day. We are talking about 93.7 The Ticket, FM, and effective May 1st, 2025, Ticket 2. And we're talking about some of the things that we could do with this, and ultimately it is a thing that we want to do for you. So then it becomes necessary and important to hear you and allow you to have voice in what that programming will be. And again, the ideas and concepts that we were talking about in segment one, whether it would be more national game programming, right? NFL, NBA, et cetera, college game day, et cetera, or local. And we talk about the ability that Ticket 2 will allow us that through the right, funding and financing, that we could cover more Lincoln Little League, more Lincoln AAU, more Lincoln travel baseball, more Lincoln softball, more women, more girls volleyball, girls wrestling, all those things, because we'll have another way to bring that content to you. And we were taking ideas, and Bill and Bennett says this, well, maybe what about a fishing show? Well, if there is interest, and again, there are fishing stores all over Nebraska and if there are experts, people who travel from fishing site to fishing site, and they try the different equipment and they want to have those conversations, well, Ticket 2 would be a place for it. Right? Gather resources, gather the right people, and do that. The same thing for golf, that for all the golf courses in the state of Nebraska, like Jake Sorensen wants to do, like it's a tour, right? It's a full tour of all the, listen, you can go and do live remotes from those courses and talk about those courses. Talk to the tour pros, right? The course pro, talk to them. Talk about the equipment, new drivers, new balls, whatever you want to talk about in the space. Camps, if you have camps or you have events where, we get requests on a daily basis, right? Of that we've got this event and we need some, okay, Ticket 2 would be a wonderful place for it. But here's another thing that's possible, and here's why. And again, everybody knows you can reach out to me. So I'm easy to find on social media. And then if you want to email me, idea, and Derek at theticketfm.com, DERRICK at theticketfm.com, or just jump on the website, or, jump on a social media and send me a DM. If you've got an idea, you got a thing that you want considered, you got a group of resources that you think, my boss, runs a store, We think it'd be a good idea to promote it. Okay, wonderful. We've got an event. If the event is good enough and big enough for you to have the event, then there's an audience for discussion over said event, right? And so we want the ability. Ticket 2 will be a wonderful place to do that. But there's also another way to go through this. Now, Bach, if I asked you how many athletic programs exist at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln?
I don't know the exact number, but I would assume in the
Right.
20s.
Right.
Yeah.
So imagine this, that ticket 2 could be, if there is interest from you, the listener, right, in this community, that what if we offered each program at the University of Nebraska time to promote their program? It also would allow those programs to offer a thing to Nebraska athletes that nobody else can offer. There's no other, I'm just going to say it. Imagine a recruiting table. And Bach, if you were, let's say it's your son, right? It's your son. And we come to your house and you say, listen, he's a basketball player and it comes down to Nebraska and Iowa, right? All things equal across the board, except for Nebraska can offer young Bachhoven his own radio show for his own branding, for his own deals, for his own gear, his own success. Does that give you substantial enough advantage for you to choose Nebraska over Iowa?
I think it certainly could. I think that could be for certain folks. Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, branding's more important these days, the NIL days.
So imagine that ticket 2 could also become a hub for Nebraska athletics. If they, and again, they've got flagship contracts and all that sort of stuff. I'm not worried about that. Because as an outlier, outside looking in, independent, Switzerland, right? That as we've seen over the course of the last several years, that when Husker student athletes talk, fans listen and fans rally. Case in point, we did this with Takedown Tuesdays, right? And we found out the value of meeting these wrestlers and meeting these coaches, right? And it doesn't have to be the head coach. It could be the assistant coach. It could be a consultant. It could be somebody else. But imagine former Huskers having a place that they can come and put on their shows and have these conversations. You know, we could have the four football fans who are all root for different teams, and they got a few nickels and dimes they want to put together, and they want to talk NFL on Sunday. But baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, gymnastics, tennis, track and field, wrestling. Those are all of the men's sports at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Basketball, beach volleyball, bowling, cross country, golf, gymnastics, rifle, soccer, softball, swimming and diving, tennis. All in the women's sports. I'm open to the idea and to your reaction to what if a coach or a member of each of those programs had an hour to talk about what's going on in their sport. Would you listen? Do you want to hear from athletes on those programs? 20 programs, that's 20 hours once a week. That's just if you have an adult. What if one adult and one athlete? That gives you 40 hours of programming and a difference maker. And you as a parent, if you were considering sending your child to 2 different programs and one of them says, but we're going to give you an opportunity to raise more money for yourself and for the program through radio. Does that provide an advantage? And I'm sure there's all sorts of compliance issues, but we've been compliance friendly since this all began. Right? Ticket 2 for JUCO. Absolutely. If you're Doane, Wesleyan, Concordia, etc., Kearney, you should be at the door. You should be at the door because the same rules apply for the University of Nebraska-Lincoln as it does Nebraska, Kearney, Wesleyan, etc. I don't know who carries and who has these conversations in full for all these other programs, but I can guarantee I don't know who they are, so it's not reaching very far. But can you imagine Ticket 2 being a place where you can find some live college football on a Saturday afternoon? More high school football on a Friday afternoon, Friday night. Or more conversation, more Husker conversation in full. As a matter of fact, likely is that we could slide all of the current Husker programming that we have with the student athletes and coaches over to Ticket 2. And we give them, and that podcast studio will be open all day, open for business. And imagine Wesleyan, you'll be able to do your own thing. Same for Southeast, same for all of those things. Right. Ticket 2 will be, it's right here at 11th and O, but it will be on the app. It'll be on all the same streams. And Allo as well. One channel. Right? To be able to provide more coverage. And again, Lincoln is still, Bach, would you identify Lincoln as a small town?
It's tough to, what do they call it? A big town, small city type of feel.
Right?
Yeah.
But there is enough juice for the squeeze.
Yeah.
There are thousands of former Husker athletes with stories. There are, for every school in this area who has a story to tell. Just imagine the 8 Lincoln High School football programs. Imagine all of them having a coach's show each week. Sitting right on Ticket 2. Same for basketball, baseball, softball, wrestling. And if you, the listener, tell me, you know what? You want all Lincoln schools to have a wrestling program. I'm going to listen. Because during that season, we can do wrestling, we can do high school basketball, men's and women's, right? That gives us 24 hours of programming, with each program being able to tell their story and get support from their boosters, right? Any coach that wants, he's got camps that he needs to promote. Okay, well, if you're partnering with us, we can help you. And remember, the partnership still exists, that if you're Ticket 2, you're in the Ticket 1 family. And some of those, hey, Bach, you know that midnight to 6 a.m. space that exists?
Yeah.
Hey, Bach, my thought is by September 1, Ticket 1 is 24 hours because of Ticket 2. Yeah. The mad scientist is in the lab. But here's the thing. I need to hear from y'all. So again, Derek at theticketfm.com, theticketfm.com, be sure. You can reach out to Jake or any of the local talent that you know, right? If you got an idea and you want to, hey, maybe you want to do a show with AD. Maybe you want to do a show with Bach. Maybe you want to do a show with Austin or Jay or Adam or whatever it is. Here's the opportunity, and Ticket 2 is the place. And the path to Ticket 1 is Ticket 2. For advertisers, for voices, for all of those things, for your podcast, you think you have a great podcast idea. Now, I'm going to ask you to invest in you, but it won't be a lot. But I can't give it to you for free. SEC frowns. No, sir. Stop that. Stop that. All right, we'll throw it to break. More one-on-one here on The Ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Thanks for letting me stay over while my apartment's getting painted.
No problem. Oh, bagels are done.
Is it supposed to rain today?
Let's find out.
Hey, an entire video screen just came out of your toaster.
There's a 70% chance of rain today.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska Lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Should I wear the blue or the green blouse?
Blue. It matches your eyes.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Make plans to stop by Corn Coast Brewing this Saturday, April 12th for their Ales Helping Tales event, partnered with Parkview Animal Hospital. This semi-annual fundraiser collects donations and sells raffle tickets to raise money for Vets Get Pets, a program in the Nebraska Department of Veteran Affairs that helps with adoption fees for veterans. A special beer will be brewed, and the first 100 customers who buy the beer will receive a special edition Stadium Cup. That's all this Saturday at Corn Coast Brewing at 14th and Yankee Hill.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Now's the perfect time to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Mix up your routine or create a customized workout plan with free fitness training. That's right. Certified trainers, unlimited sessions with best-in-class equipment. Plus, there's over 2,700 convenient locations to choose from, with most open 24 hours. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th. See Home Club for details.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Do that. Bach, what's the band?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Parliament Funkadelic.
I would not have guessed that.
George Clinton. Have you seen the movie PCU?
I don't think so.
Jeremy Piven plays a college student, him and David Spade.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think I maybe saw one.
Okay, go watch it. Go watch it. Go watch it. Go watch it. Great story about frat life. Animal House-ish for the 90s. Jeremy Piven is the student that wreaks havoc on campus. David Spade in the well-to-do, it's always poor guy versus rich guy. Rich frat, all spoiled brat, David Spade. And the bad frat, the Animal House-ish frat, it gets in trouble constantly. And they get on probation and they get fined and they have to raise money to do this. And they come up with the greatest universal plan for raising funds and getting everybody on campus together. And they took all the factions of the campus, right? So you had the preppies and the punks, and you had all, right? And then they were trying to get them all to unite. And the fundraiser ends up being the thing. And I'm listen, if you haven't seen it by far, I'm not spoiling anything by telling you that they're going to a concert. So imagine the Lincoln kids are going to Omaha to see George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. Except for they're such knuckleheads that they missed the bus. They missed the bus, right? No concert. Two things happen in this movie that are exceptional. One of my favorite lines, because John Favreau plays another member of the bad frat. His name was Gutter. His nickname was Gutter. And Gutter is going to see George Clinton in Parliament, except for Gutter gets in front of his buddy and he's wearing a shirt. And it is a George Clinton Parliament Funkadelic shirt. And he comes up with the line that I love so much. He goes, "Wait, you're wearing a t-shirt of the band you're going to see. Don't be that guy." Don't be that guy. And there's so many times on the text, I look at a text and go, don't be that guy. Like, don't be that guy, right? Like, it applies across the board. But the other thing is they missed the bus and they're stranded, except for as they're just sitting there pouting that they've missed the concert and they're just going to go back home, and they're going to be evicted. Bus pulls up and asks for directions. How do we get out of here? And they said, well, we can tell you how to get to it, but it'd be easier for us to show you. And the guy goes, okay, well, just hop on the bus and, take us to where we're going. And then he looks up and he realizes that it's George Clinton and Parliament.
Oh, okay.
And so they get on the bus and then they go, hey, on the bus, he goes, hey, where are we dropping you off? Is there a bathroom? He goes, yeah, there's a bathroom. You can use my bathroom. So they run in the house to use the bathroom. And he goes, hey, I'm just shooting my shot here. We've got some real financial problems. And it would be a huge favor if you would play at our frat house. And George Clinton's like, man, this dude's got rap. The fact that you'll ask, okay, I'll play your party. Except for they now need to get the word out that George Clinton is playing at their party. And everybody thinks it's a cover band because why would George Clinton play at frat house, right? And the guy Gutter has to announce the band. And now the crowd is starting to show, and he goes, hey, I would need to introduce. And he goes, Gutter is so mentally lost that he didn't realize that the band, he was on the bus of the band he was going to see. And now he's left to introduce them. And he looks over the side like, who is this? And they go, George Clinton. He goes, George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. And he goes, oh, I'm an idiot. Well done. So PCU, if you haven't seen it, it is great, fun college entertainment. Again, reach out. Ticket 2 to be launched May of this year. Open to idea suggestions in the programming. If you have an idea, if you have a sponsorship, if you have a podcast yourself. You know, if you got a nonprofit, you got events that you want to promote, that would be the place to do it. You can reach out across the way. And I think the idea, I think a golf show, local golf, would be incredible. Again, this is the opportunity for you guys to have input on programming, and Ticket 2 is going to be the way. Don't go anywhere. The Captain Show. It is Bach in the black shirt and the walk-on. Euler, Bachhoven, Farley. They'll take you through to 3 o'clock here. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Tuesday, April 1st, Wolves place West Ham at 1:45 p.m., followed by Nottingham Forest versus Man United at 2 p.m. On Wednesday, April 2nd, Newcastle plays Brentford at 1:45 a.m., followed by Liverpool versus Everton at 2 p.m. Liverpool currently leads the standings with 70 points. You can find all this and more at McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket, your place for English Premier League soccer, located at 8th and P.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere air seeder during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Take your seeding performance to the next level with John Deere's advanced air seeding technology. Achieve precise seed and fertilizer placement, optimize emergence, and cover more acres with less downtime. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your Landmark Implement for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Big news from your Nebraska Lottery. Mega Millions is now more mega than ever. First off, a new multiplier